Physical trauma. Physical trauma in the context of mind control involves deliberate infliction of pain or injury to break an individual's will and force compliance. This method is often combined with psychological tactics to deepen the level of control over the victim. Physical trauma. Methods. Physical trauma can be inflicted through various means such as physical abuse, deprivation, and forced exertion. Physical abuse. Beatings, whippings, and other forms of violence are used to cause pain and fear. The intent is to create a sense of helplessness and dependence on the controller. Deprivation. This includes withholding food, water, sleep, affection, or medical care to weaken the victim physically. Deprivation reduces the individual's ability to resist and increases their dependence on the controller. Forced exertion. Victims may be forced to perform exhausting physical tasks to break their spirit. This tactic is designed to weaken both physically and mentally, making the victim more compliant. Environmental manipulation. In addition to direct physical abuse, the environment can be manipulated to create an uncomfortable and overwhelming atmosphere. Isolation. Keeping the victim isolated from friends, family, and any form of social support. Isolation increases dependency on the controller and reduces the likelihood of seeking help. Sensory overload. Creating an environment with excessive noise, light, or other sensory inputs to overwhelm the victim. Sensory overload disrupts the victim's ability to think clearly and makes them more susceptible to suggestion. Constant surveillance. Making the victim believe they are constantly being watched. This creates a pervasive sense of fear and paranoia, leading to greater control over the victim. Deprivation of privacy. Removing any personal space or privacy to make the victim feel exposed and vulnerable. Lack of privacy increases stress and diminishes the victim's sense of autonomy. Impact. Physical trauma and environmental manipulation undermine an individual's physical and mental health. They create a state of chronic stress, impair cognitive functions, and weaken decision-making abilities. Example, a captor might beat a prisoner regularly to instill fear and submission. The physical pain and threat of further violence create a sense of powerlessness, making the prisoner more likely to comply with demands. Additionally, keeping the prisoner in a constantly lit room with loud noises and no privacy can exacerbate their mental breakdown and increase compliance. Identifying physical trauma in mind control. Questions to ask yourself. Am I experiencing unexplained injuries or frequent physical pain? Do I feel constantly weak, exhausted, or deprived of basic needs? Is someone using physical force or deprivation to control my actions or decisions? Is my environment being manipulated to create constant discomfort or overwhelm? Questions to ask the controller. Why are you using physical force or deprivation against me? Can you explain the reasoning behind these actions? How do you justify causing physical harm to achieve compliance? Why is my environment being controlled or manipulated to create discomfort? Strategies to counter physical trauma. Seek medical help. If you are experiencing physical trauma, it is crucial to seek medical attention immediately. Document your injuries and ensure they are treated properly. Build a support network. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or professionals who can provide support and help you escape the abusive situation. Report abuse. Contact local authorities or organizations that specialize in helping victims of abuse. Provide them with detailed information about the physical trauma you are experiencing. Strengthen your physical and mental resilience. Engage in activities that improve your physical health and mental well-being. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and mindfulness practices can enhance your resilience. Educate yourself. Learn about the signs and effects of physical trauma and mind control. Understanding these tactics can empower you to recognize and resist them. Conclusion. Physical trauma is a severe form of control that can have lasting effects on an individual's health and well-being. Recognizing the signs of physical trauma and taking steps to counteract its effects are crucial for reclaiming your autonomy and safety. Remember, seeking help is a vital step towards recovery and breaking free from the cycle of abuse.